you're ready, come to a comfortable seated position. Relax your hands in your lap, either palms facing up to receive more energy or down to feel more grounded. Just begin to notice your breath as it moves in and out of your body. Stack your shoulders over your hips and bring your hands together in your heart center, setting an intention for your practice. Slowly flicker the eyes open. Namaste. On an inhale, reach your hands up, palms touch at the top. Exhale, collect it back up into the heart center. Inhale, reaching up. Exhaling, heart center. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, pull the energy down as you press the right hand down by your side. Left arm reaches up and over. Keep both sit bones on the ground. On an inhale, reaching it back up. Exhale, left hand down, right arm reaches up and over. Keep the chest open, the shoulders soft. Try not to let that right hip lift. Inhale, back up. On an exhale, twist right hand behind you, left hand across. You can hold onto the thigh for balance. Keep your spine nice and straight and just look over the right shoulder. No need to crunch the spine. Nice long lengthened spine as you inhale, back up. Exhale and twist the other direction. Right hand goes across, left hand behind. Sit up nice and tall and gaze over your left shoulder. As you inhale, bring it back up into center. Exhaling, heart center. When you're ready, bring your feet together. Sit right on top of your sit bones, so if you have to wiggle a little, you can. Hold on to the shins, lengthen your spine, and then on an exhale, forward fold. Elbows bending back, chest is reaching towards your heels. You can hold onto your feet if that's more comfortable, and use the elbows to press the knees out to the sides. Don't worry about how far down you're going. Just enjoying the different sensations in the body, and when you're ready, you can stay here or you can walk your hands forward if that feels better for you. Don't worry if you're lifted. You can be high or you can be as low as your body allows. Never doing anything with force, always moving with the breath and just listening to our bodies, allowing the hips to fall open, release. Let your shoulders soften off to the sides. Make sure you're not clenching your jaw or any of the muscles in your face. And when you're ready, walk yourself back in. We're gonna hug that right knee in and slide it straight, keeping that left knee bent. You can either keep it where it's at or scoot it forward if that's more comfortable, or you can bring it back in, whatever feels good. Toes pointing up on the right foot. Inhale, reach those hands up. Rotate towards your leg and exhale, forward fold. Lengthening your spine, so see how long you can keep your spine straight as you fold forward. Again, no pressure to go to the full extent, just go where it feels good for you. And then maybe you hold on to your thigh or your foot, whatever's in your reach, and just let your head hang down. Try to keep your shoulders soft when you're ready. Lengthen your spine straight and then exhale, fold it back down. On your next breath, walk yourself back in and then collect that left knee up. Left foot's flat on the mat. We're gonna wrap our hands around the knee. You don't have to hold too tightly. If you want to hold the shin, that's fine too, but lengthen your spine as straight as you can, softening the shoulders. And then when you're ready, pick that left foot up and cross it over your right leg, lengthening your spine tall. Left hand goes behind, right hand reaches up on an inhale. As you exhale, you're either gonna cross the elbow over, or if that's too deep, you can wrap that right arm around your knee. So keeping the spine really straight so we can twist. Taking whatever variation feels best for your body. On your next breath, you can unravel just the arms over to the other side just to help reset the spine. And then bringing it back into center when you're ready. Take that foot back down. You can circle out the ankle a little if you want and bend that right knee in. When you're ready, foot is flat on the mat. We're wrapping our arms around the knee or hands, seeing how straight can we get the spine. Taking a couple breaths, and then when you're ready, we're gonna pick that right foot up and cross it over our left thigh, lengthening our spine tall. The right hand goes behind, left hand reaches up. We're either crossing the elbow to the outside of the knee or wrapping the arm around the knee. Whatever you did on the other side, we like to mirror both sides, keeping it even. Aiding our digestion with these deep twists. As you exhale, bring it back over to the other side, just to keep it nice and balanced. And then slowly coming back into center, release that right leg down. Maybe start to circle both ankles. You can walk your hands behind you for balance. Circling out the ankles, and then start to activate all the muscles in your legs so that your heels lift off the mat. Walking the hands in a little closer so that you're really straight spine. Then as you inhale, your heels lift up. As you exhale, they relax down. Inhale and lift. Exhale, relax the legs. And then inhale, scoop the hands up, keeping that spine really straight. And then on an exhale, see how far forward you can fold. Anywhere that feels good for you on your legs is where you'll rest your hands. If possible, you can exhale and fold all the way down, but again, no pressure, just options. The only difference between an advanced yogi and a beginner yogi is that the advanced yogi has failed more times. So work with where you got. When you're ready, inhale, coming back up, crossing the legs, and just start to tip the head over to the left, lengthening that right side of your neck. Inhale through center, exhale to the right. Lengthening through the left side, and then when you're ready, tucking that chin down towards your chest and over towards your left shoulder, circling, and then bringing it back down and around half circles, letting go of any tension stored in the neck. If it feels good, maybe taking it all the way around for one big circle, like you have a marker on the tip of your nose and you're drawing a circle as wide as you can, and then reverse the other direction when you're ready. Take your hands behind your head with the spine really straight. Tuck the chin in towards your chest. Stretch out the back of your neck. As you inhale, open the elbows out and release the hands behind you. Either fingertips to the mat, or if possible, you can take hands flat. Rotate the shoulders back, lift the chest up, lift your head. You can stay here. If you want to be extra, you can lift those hips off the mat. No pressure, just options. Slowly lower the hips back down when you're ready. Hold onto the knees and just round the spine a little, maybe tuck the chin in, whatever feels good to reset before the other side. Soften through the shoulders, walk your hands behind you, fingers pointing away either to the fingertips or flattening the palms. You can stay here just lifting the chest and the head, or you can lift the hips if you'd like. Slowly lowering the hips back down. Start to walk your hands forward, coming onto tabletop position, stacking your wrists right underneath your shoulders, knees right underneath your hips. We'll start to move through some cat-cow poses when you're ready. On your inhale, drop the belly down, raise the sit bones, lift your head up, press the shoulders back. Exhale, round your spine like an angry cat, chin in towards your chest. On an inhale, belly drops down, sit bones lift. We open the chest forward. Exhale, rounding through the spine. You can close your eyes and just move with your breath. Inhaling up, exhaling down, moving at your own speed. On an inhale, reach that right hand up, circle the wrist, and then we're going to take it behind our left wrist, threading the needle. Right side of the face drops down to the mat. You can either walk that left hand forward, or you can wrap it behind your back for a little bind. It's up to you, whatever feels best for your body. Make sure you're not feeling too tense here. Your head is relaxed on the mat. The side of your right face is resting down. Your right arm is relaxed. So feel free to keep that left hand forward if that feels better for your body. Whenever you're ready, releasing that left hand back down, in towards you, and press into the left hand to bring yourself back up to tabletop. Left hand reaches up, we circle the wrist on an inhale. As you exhale, we thread the needle, taking it behind our wrists. Left side of the face drops down to the mat. We're twisting here. You can walk that right hand forward and keep it there, or you can wrap it behind your back, tucking it into the crease of your left hip if that feels good. Just enjoying the sounds of the rain, observing how your breath is moving in your body. Release that right hand back down. Press into the right hand to come back up to tabletop. And then start to walk your hands forward for puppy dog pose. So knees stay stacked under your hips, and we're reaching the chest down. Either forehead rests on the mat or chin to the mat if you want a little bit of a deeper stretch. This is really expanding through the chest, through our shoulders. When you're ready, just lowering back down to child's pose, rotating the wrists if that feels good. And then when you're ready, looking forward towards your hands, and then snake through onto your belly. Hands are on the sides of your chest. Take the tops of the feet to the mat. Rotate those shoulders back as you slide the forearms flat on the mat. Stack your elbows right underneath your shoulders. Press the ground away to create lengthening through your spine. Soften the belly. Keep those shoulders back and the chin parallel with the mat. Take your time, start to walk your hands back on the sides of your chest, rotate the shoulders back and peel the chest up and off the mat. Keep a little bend in your elbows and lower back down. On an inhale, lift up, maybe a little higher this time, softening the shoulders, keep them away from the ears. Exhale, lowering back down. Inhale, lifting up again. And then on an exhale, coming back from tabletop, tucking the toes, lifting your hips up and back, downward facing dog. You can start to pedal out your legs. Start to lift to the tippy toes and then bend the knees one at a time, stretching your heels down towards the mat one at a time. Starting to lengthen through the hamstrings and wake up all of our bodies. Any little wiggle movements that feel good for your body here, taking your time. And then when you're ready, coming into a down dog, see how much you can reach your chest back, lift to the tippy toes, bend the knees towards your chest, try and pinch that space between your chest and your knees, looking forward, walk your way up to the top of the mat into a forward fold. Let your head hang loose. On your inhale, clasp your hands behind your back, fold the fingers, rotate the shoulders away from you, and lift the wrists up and off your hips. See how much you can stretch the shoulders while you let the head hang down. Feel free to bend the knees if you need to and let the chest drop onto your thighs. Slowly releasing the hands down. On an inhale, zip the hands up your shins, flat back, press the shoulders back. See how straight you can get your spine. Exhale, folding back down. On an inhale, scooping all the way up to standing, reach up to the top. Exhale, bringing the hands into the heart center. Now we'll start to move into our Surya Namaskar, sun salutations, the basis of yoga. On an inhale, reach up, gaze up, palms touch at the top, maybe a little back bend if that feels good. As you exhale, fold all the way down, nose to knees. Inhale, zip the hands up your shins, shoulders pressing back. Exhale, folding back down. Inhale, scooping back up. Exhale, bring it back into the heart center. Again, we inhale, reach up, gaze up. Exhale, we fold all the way down, nose to knees. Feel free to keep a little bend in your knees if you need to. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, folding back down. On an inhale, step the right foot back into a lunge. Left foot follows into plank pose. Shift forward, or you can drop the knees. Hips are forward, elbows bend in as you lower down to the mat. Take the tops of the feet to the mat when you're ready. Rotate the shoulders back and peel the chest up for Cobra pose. Soften those shoulders, little bend in the elbows, pressing back from tabletop to downward facing dog. Taking a couple breaths here. Maybe it feels good to wake up the side body, rocking your heels over to the right and the left. Always finding organic movement for our bodies, what feels good. On an inhale, lift up to your tippy toes, bend the knees, reach your chest towards your thighs, and walk the feet forward. Inhaling, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reach it all the way up to the top. Exhaling, heart center. Inhale, reach up, gaze up. Add that little back bend if it feels good. Exhale, fold all the way down, nose to knees. Inhale, halfway lift, flatten your spine. Exhale, fold, hands to the mat, step your feet back into plank. Option to drop the knees or shift forward, lower down. Elbows in as you lift up for Cobra, soften the shoulders. Exhale as you press back into downward facing dog. Slow your breath down, use this as a resting pose. Keep the chest reaching towards the back of the mat. Lift up to your tippy toes when you're ready. You can either hop or walk your way to the top. Take your time. Once you make your way to the top, we'll come to a halfway lift, sliding the hands up our shins. Halfway lift, flat back. Exhale as you fold. Inhale as you reach all the way up to the top. Exhaling, heart center. Inhale, reach up, gaze up. Exhale, fold all the way down, nose to knees. Inhaling, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. A little bend in the knees, hands to the mat. The left foot's gonna step back into a lunge. Make sure that your right knee is stacked right over your ankle. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, we'll step that left foot forward. Inhale, reach all the way up to the top. Exhale, heart center. Inhale, reach up, gaze up. Exhale, forward fold. Always an option to add a back bend. Inhale, halfway lift, flat spine. Exhale as you step the right foot back into a lunge. Make sure that knee stacked right over the ankle. Maybe rocking a little forward and back if that feels good. Checking in with your breath. On your next inhale, we're gonna step that right foot forward back into a forward fold. Inhale, reach it all the way up to the top. Exhaling, heart center. On an inhale, reach up, gaze up, palms touch at the top. Exhale, fold all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift, flat spine. Exhale, fold, stepping the left foot back into a lunge. When you're ready, start to walk your hands up towards your right thigh, resting your hands there. If you feel unbalanced, you can keep the hands on the mat. If you do feel balanced, see if you can press your chest away from your thigh, and on an inhale, maybe you can reach the hands up, maybe you keep them down, it's up to you. Take your time. If you did inhale your hands up, maybe create a little back bending shape before releasing the hands back down to the mat. Lift that back knee and step the left foot forward, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach all the way up to the top. Exhaling, heart center. On an inhale, reach up, gaze up. On an exhale, forward fold all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, right foot steps back into a lunge. Check in with your alignment. Make sure that left knee stacked right over the ankle. Take a deep breath in, and then as you exhale, go ahead and slowly lower that right knee down to the mat. Take your time. You can either keep the hands on the mat or walk it up towards your thigh, depending on what your balance allows. Softening the shoulders, press your chest away from the thigh, and if you did it on the other side, maybe here you'll inhale your hands up, creating that lengthening through your spine. Big breath in. Exhale as you release your hands forward. Tuck the back toes, lift the knee. This time left foot steps back into down dog. Actively stretching the chest back in your down dog, and when you're ready, releasing down into child's pose, maybe rolling out the wrists if that feels good. You could rock your head a little right and left to massage your third eye on the mat. Grounding yourself, feeling connected to your body, checking back in with your intentions if that resonates with you. Just enjoying the sound of the rain in the background and the flow of your breath moving in and out of your body when you're ready. Looking forward, coming to a tabletop, tucking the toes. Lift your hips up and back for downward facing dog. On an inhale, we're gonna lift that left foot off the mat. Doesn't matter how high it goes, so go where it feels best for your body, and keep the left toes pointing down towards the earth. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, lower the left foot down. Inhale, the right leg's gonna lift, toes pointing down. Feel free to lower the leg. Keep that rotation pointing down to square off the hips. Actively stretching your left heel down, release the right foot to the mat. On an inhale, left foot's gonna lift again. This time, lift it up as high as you can. Point the toes up towards the sky. It's okay for that left hip to lift a little as you bend the knee and open the hip. Look underneath your right armpit and see if you can see the foot hanging out in that space. When you're ready, releasing the foot down. Stepping the feet together, the right leg lifts up, three-legged dog, big breath in. Bending the knee, open the hip. Looking underneath your left armpit to see the foot in that space. When you're ready, releasing back down to a seated position on your knees. Whenever you're ready, clasp your hands together and then reach the arms out and away from you. Rotate the shoulders down and away from the ears, and then start to slightly lift the knuckles up towards the diagonal corner as you tuck your chin in towards your chest. Maybe you want to rock a little right and left like you're holding a joystick. This is really good for relieving any tension that gets built while working at your desk. When you're ready, start to cactus your arms, bending the elbows by your sides, and then inhaling it right back up. On an exhale, take your hands forward. Tuck the toes under for downward facing dog, reaching the chest back towards your thighs. Let your head drop between your arms. On an inhale, lift the left leg. On an exhale, hug the knee in towards your nose and then step the foot between your palms. If you can't reach, you can grab the ankle and lift the foot forward. Lift up to the fingertips and inhale, reaching all the way up for a high lunge. Try to stack your wrists right over your hips, making one straight line. Nice deep bend in the front knee, really strong back leg. As you reach the hands down, the left foot steps back. We inhale and lift the right foot. Exhale, hugging the knee in towards your nose, shifting forward, step the foot between your palms. Again, you can grab the ankle if you need help to get forward. Once you get into that lunge, shift your weight into your feet and inhale, lift the hands up. Find your balance, squeeze the thighs towards one another, really strong back leg, deep bend in that front knee. Observe your breath. And then exhale, taking the hands down. Step the right foot back into plank, drop the knees, elbows bend in to lower down. Big breath in for Cobra. Big breath out as you sit back into child's pose. Become the observer of your thoughts. Try not to allow them to control your practice, but just bringing your awareness back to your breath. When you're ready, come back through a tabletop, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg's gonna lift as high as you can, three-legged dog. Bend the knee, step the foot between your palms. From a lunge position, we inhale, reach up, high lunge. On an exhale, we're gonna come into warrior two. The back foot drops flat. We split the hands into a T shape. So your left toes are pointing straight out to the side, your right toes are pointing straight forward. Your front heel is lined up with the back arch of your foot, and your gaze is just past your right middle finger. We're gonna flip that hand up and reverse, reaching it up and back. Just rest the left hand on your back thigh, and then on an exhale, cartwheel your hands forward, frame the front foot, back heel lifts, and then the right foot steps back into downward facing dog. On an inhale, we'll lift the left leg, three-legged dog, lifting it up as high as you can, bend that knee in, step it through. On an inhale, we reach up for high lunge, shifting the weight into our feet, extending energy back out through that heel, nice deep bend in the front knee. Rotate that back foot flat for Virabhadrasana 2, warrior 2, splitting the hands. Our drishti, or our gaze, is just past our left middle finger. On your next breath, we reverse our warrior, reaching it up and back. Just rest that right hand on your back leg, not too much weight there. On an exhale, cartwheel your hands forward, frame the front foot, back heel lifts. Left foot steps back into downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg's gonna lift again. Bend the knee in, step it through. This time, warrior one, back foot goes flat, hands reach straight up. Our back toes are pointing towards the diagonal corner of our mat. Our arms are really straight. We have a nice deep bend in that front knee. Let's reach the hands back, lean your chest forward, back heel lifts. Shift your weight into that front foot nice and slow. We step into chair pose. So look down, make sure your knees aren't going past your toes. Your tailbone is tucked under. And on your next breath, inhale, reach up, gaze up, maybe a little back bend if it feels good before folding all the way back down, nose to knees. On an inhale, halfway lift, flat spine, press the shoulders back, exhale and fold. Hands come to the mat and we step back, straight into downward facing dog. Lower to plank as we lower down to the mat. You can drop the knees if you need to. Big breath in for Cobra or upward facing dog. Big breath out for downward facing dog again. On an inhale, right leg lifts, toes pointing down. Exhale, hug the knee in, step the foot between your palms, back foot flat. Warrior one, inhale, reach up, gaze up, palms touch at the top. On your next breath, hands reach back, back heel lifts, shift your weight into that front foot and step into chair, stay low. Deep breath in, reach up, gaze up. Big breath out as you forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat spine. Exhale, fold, step back into plank. Drop the knees if you want, shift forward, lower down, chaturanga. Big breath in for Cobra, upward facing dog. Big breath out as you sit back into child's pose. Slowly come back to a seated position on your knees and just swing the legs out in front of you. Make your way down onto your backs, round your spine. You can rock up and down your spine a few times or just lay flat, whatever feels best for your body. When you rock in this way, it activates our nerve endings in our spine, helps us to really ignite the energy that flows through our body. When you're ready, keeping that right knee in, release the left leg down. If you want, you can keep that left knee bent with the foot on the mat, or if you want a deeper stretch, just take it flat. So we're just hugging that right knee in for a wind releasing pose. This is good for your digestion. When you're ready, we'll switch it up. So each time we're using this, you can bend the knee if you want, or you can have it straight depending on how deep you want to go. Each time we're doing this, we're massaging our internal organs, aiding our digestion. Let's bring both knees in together. And we're just gonna start to open the knees, rocking them for a little lazy happy baby. And then when you're ready, we'll come into happy baby, either grabbing the ankles or the feet if you can reach them. We're trying to stack our heels on top of our knees. And then we're rotating our hips to go flat towards the mat. If it feels good for you, you can rock a little by pressing down on one side and then the other. And then when you're ready, we'll bring the feet together, Supta Baddha Konasana, feet together, knees open. You can relax your hands down by your sides, palms facing up to receive more energy. Or you can take the left hand over your heart, right hand over your tummy to feel more grounded. Wherever you're at, we're just checking in with the low back. Make sure we're not arching our back, but we're trying to flatten it as much as possible. It won't go all the way flat. And that way we're focusing all of this release on the inner thighs and the hips, where we store all kinds of intense emotions and traumas. So when you're ready, taking your hands behind your head to stretch out your neck, you can tuck your chin in towards your chest and maybe rock a little right and left. Although we were always focusing on relaxing and releasing the physical body in yoga, we're also activating and releasing our spiritual and emotional body. When you're ready, go ahead and hug those knees in towards your chest, wrap your arms around the knees. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, release the left leg down to the mat. Softening the spine, exhale and switch your legs. When you're ready, both knees back in, and then step the feet down to the mat, out wide to the edges of the mat, and just rock the knees in one at a time. That way we use this as like a little counter pose. You can just drop the knees in together and then hug them in towards your chest when you're ready. Take your time, left foot flat on the mat, grab onto your right thigh and extend that right leg as straight as you can, flexing and pointing the toes a few times, and then crossing that ankle over your left thigh. Reach for your thigh and pull it in towards your body, drawing your nose towards your knee. Or if you want a deeper stretch, you can hold onto the kneecap. No need to force anything, always just do whatever feels best for your body. Breathing here for a few more breaths. Feel free to modify as needed. When you're ready, slowly start to release the head down. Release that right leg. We're going to kick the right leg up and then flat to the mat. We're going to grab onto our left thigh, same thing, flex and point the toes, circle the ankle. And then cross the ankle over your right thigh, and then reach up for your thigh. You can hold onto the thigh and stay here the whole time. If you want a deeper stretch, draw your nose towards your knee, or even deeper, hold onto the kneecap. One more big breath here, and then release that left leg down to the mat. Reach the right hand straight out to the side and we'll twist. Pull that knee across your body. See how much you can keep the right shoulder towards the mat. Your gaze is towards the right side. Just enjoying this nice deep twist in the spine. When you're ready, bringing it back into center to switch your legs. Right leg goes flat, and we bring that knee across our body. I'm just resting my right hand onto my knee for support. No need to go as far as I am. Slowly bring it back into center, and when you're ready, release the legs down into Savasana, your final resting pose. Take the feet out to the edges of your mat, your hands out to your sides. Make sure your shoulders don't feel restricted. Let the fingers curl up if they want to, and the feet fall out to the sides. Just enjoying the stillness that you've created with your practice, allowing your mind to just slip away, even if it's only for a moment. When you're ready, start to circle your wrists and your ankles, waking your body back up. Inhale, stretch your hands up and over your head. Whenever you're ready, you can roll over to your side. Take your time slowly coming up to a comfortable seated position. Feel free to keep your eyes closed, softening the shoulders, relaxing the jaw, just being present with this stillness that you've created. On an inhale, reach your hands up. Exhale, bring it down into the heart center. I humbly thank you for practicing with me. Namaste.